Well, welcome back to another great episode of Northwest Adventure. Now I'm out on the Oregon coast at about 6 a.m. It's a beautiful morning, there's a bunch of people out. This is Razor Clam City. Now, I don't know how to razor clam at all, but that's what Gary's for. Let's go talk to Gary. Hey Gary, I'm Dylan.
Hi, how you doing today?
Doing good.
Good.
So, I haven't seen any clams here. I have no idea what's going on. How are we supposed to catch these things?
Well, it depends on if you like to dig in the dry sand or the surf. In the surf, you can go around and tap them up like this, and you'll see the sand sink down like it's going through an hourglass.
Right.
That means there's a razor clam there, so you would try to dig them as fast as you can because when you're digging, he's digging down too.
Right.
So the longer you wait, the further it's going to be down there. And out here in the surf, where these guys are digging, the necks will be poking out of the sand sometimes, and you can just wait for the water to go out, and it'll make a V in the water, and so you'll know that's a clam. Up in the dry sand, there's lots of different ways they show. It could be a donut-looking hole with a hole in the middle and a rim around the outside, or like just somebody poked their finger in the sand. And to just a little dimple sometimes, it's really hard to find them. But there's several different things to look for, and it takes a while to get used to all of the different shows.
It was now time for the hunt, and it didn't take long before he spotted one of the elusive creatures. Or so I thought.
All right.
I can see the end of its neck right there.
All right, here we go. I don't want to drop it back in the water.
Oh, you missed it.
All right, well, false alarm.
What you want to do is push the gun all the way in as far as it'll go.
Okay.
Because then you should get it. That usually out here they're not very deep.
All right.
Let's try this again, shall we? And now for my second attempt.
Oh,
Is that just a head?
yeah.
No, there it is.
I crushed it.
That's good. You have to keep it.
Well, there's my first one. I appear to have crushed it a little bit, but I think it's still good. So this one goes in the clam bank. How many do you get total?
You can get 15.
Oh, 15. 14 more I have left.
Half of a clam counts as a whole one, so you try not to chop them in half.
Right. Well, we're not having too much luck right now. It appears like we might have missed our window for getting the clams out in the surf, but I did get one. My first clam. I'm proud of it. All right, so up there?
Yeah, I think we should head to the dry sand.
All right,
try.
Let's try it. So, what's our technique up here, and how is it different from down in the surf?
Well, you can just wander around and look for clam holes, or we can try stomping some up.
Okay.
Which is just what it sounds like. You just stomp your feet and kind of go in a circle, so then you can come back around and see if you stomped up any clams.
All right.
That's about it. Then if there was any clams there, hopefully they would dig down in the sand and they would make a show like that right there.
Is that one?
That's one right there.
All right. So you see this? I feel like I'm a tracker, but really he pointed this out for me. So this is apparently our first clam. Oh, look at that. Apparently Gary knows what he's doing, because that is our first full unbroken clam. pretty good size. And that goes in the clam bank. 2 of 15, done. All right, let's try again. Well, if you've never done this before, which I haven't until now, it's really odd. You're looking for really just like a little divot or a little mound, and if you don't know what, if you've never seen it before, you could just mistake it for any sort of little disturbance in the sand. So, just looking around, and I actually think this right here might be it. Right there. And so if we just dig with the clam gun in that spot, we should be able to get it. I was hoping. All right. Oop. There it is. Got it. Whew. You would think this wouldn't be that exciting, but gets you going. Well, really, anyone can do this. All you need to do is go to a sporting goods store, pick up a license for a few dollars, and then maybe borrow a clam gun from somebody or a shovel and a net, and you're good to go. So I've still got a few more to get. I'm gonna go see if I can fill up my little clam bank here. I'll see you next time.
If you like to play, Fiber Federal can help you get there.
We just stopped off to take a look at Lake Billy Chinook from up in the hills. We're still about 12 miles away, but you can just barely see it off in the distance. Fire came through in about 2003, and probably wouldn't be able to see it if it wasn't for that. It's still really nice out though. Alright guys, today we're playing hooky. Not really though, it's actually the name of the houseboat right over there that we're going to be taking a ride on. We're in the Cove Palisade Marina on the edge of Lake Billy Chinook, which is in Central Oregon. But first, I want to get my feet wet and try my hand at a little bit of wakeboarding. Don't laugh when I fall down. See ya. We're finally out on the lake now, but before we get going on the wakeboarding, we're going to talk to Jim from the Cove Palisades Marina. How's it going, Jim? Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
So, what have we got here?
We've got a marina that we specialize in recreational boat rentals.
Uh-huh.
We rent anything from a 60-foot houseboat to a little 14-foot fishing boat. We rent ski boats, patio boats, just
Nice.
anything to get out on the day for recreation. The houseboats are all multi-day rentals.
And how big is the one we're on now?
This is a 60-foot boat. Comes with pretty well equipped. Has a hot tub, fireplace,
Right.
5 staterooms on it. There's 6 televisions on the boat.
Wow.
It's great if you want to go out and have a good time.
Yeah. And how about the wakeboarding? What's that like?
Wakeboarding, this is probably the premier lake in Oregon to wakeboard on.
Really?
We get absolutely phenomenal water in the morning for wakeboarders. It's well known throughout the region.
So what makes a good wakeboarding lake?
Well, what you want, you need smooth water. We're fairly late in the day right now, and the water's still phenomenal this time of year.
Great.
So that's what people are looking for.
Uh-huh. And a beautiful location.
You couldn't ask for anything more beautiful as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
It's so dramatic, the scenery, the cliffs, the rocks. There's just so much to see on this lake.
Right. All right. Well, I think I'm ready to start my first wakeboarding try.
Perfect. Let's go on down and try it.
All right. Coming up after the break. All right. David here. He's gonna show me how it's done.
The main thing is just letting the boat pull you up.
And then the flips just happen, right?
Yep.
I'll hit a wave and I'll just go.
All right, Dylan, you ready to give this a shot?
It's so much harder than it was.
Talk to you. I'm going to walk up top. I got to check on a couple things. So once
All right.
you take the controls and go ahead and get us back to port.
Perfect. Okay, he really wasn't lying. There's nothing to this. David here, he's gonna show me how it's done. So that stuff's pretty easy, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, good. This will keep me afloat after I not crash ever. It won't happen. So I'm kind of sitting on my back, leaning back, right, with the board about here.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
yeah, just keep your knees bent and mainly just let the boat pull you up.
Okay.
And then once you're above the water, then you just turn your legs a little bit so your right foot is forward.
Gotcha.
You said you were goofy, right?
I think so, yeah. I snowboarded like once. I mean.
The main thing is just letting the boat pull you up.
Okay. And then the flips just happen, right?
Yep.
I'll hit a wave and I'll just go. I'm thinking I'm scared. No, I'm excited. This is gonna be fun. All right, you ready? I'm just kind of. Woo. Oh man, it's pretty nice. My heart's going a little bit fast though. This is gonna be exciting. Okay.
Local celebrity, local celebrity.
Wasn't too bad for a first try, huh? I think the next time is the flip. It is so much harder than it looks. All right, this is take 4. I think David's holding out on me, something he's not telling me. Hey, how straight should my body be? Should I be fairly like bent?
Like you should be sitting in the lake just like this.
I promise, I'm gonna get it one of these times.
Ready?
I guess.
Yeah, the board keeps sliding out to your side. That's why I'm trying to figure out what.
Do you want to go again, or do you want to take a break?
I'll try again.
Okay.
All right, I'm getting close. I am pooped. Been wakeboarding all day. Man, those flips really took it out of me. Well, I think this is number 8, maybe 7. Whew. Hopefully this is the lucky one.
What he did there, but he came back to life.
All right. We're gonna give it a little rest.
No, you're gonna surf. It's way easier, and it's way more fun.
What is it?
You'll see.
This episode of Northwest Adventure is brought to you by Fiber Federal Credit Union. Banking made easy.
He thinks we're fishing. Huh, Gator? I was like, really? He's a fishing dog. Well, Dylan, that wakeboard was a little rough.
Yeah, it's not quite my thing, at least not yet.
Doesn't appear to be, but I got good news for you. Let's go out and try some surfing.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, so your right foot, so just have your heels about right here and right here.
Okay.
And then as soon as the boat starts to go, just put a little bit of pressure down.
Okay.
The board pops up, and then it's.
And then you're on top.
Yep.
All right, Gator. Enough of that.
All right, Dylan, you ready to give this a shot?
I think so.
All right, let's get after it.
I'm stoked. Let's do this. Sounds easy enough.
Lean back. You got your heels there. Just relax. Totally relax.
It's a little disconcerting at first when you get up on the top of the wave and it's what starts, it's what keeps you moving. And you don't have any pressure then on the rope and you're like, oh boy. There's nothing like a little bit of a confidence booster after the wakeboarding. Hey buddy, riding on the wave, that's a great feeling. And I only let go of the rope for a little while, but even that was fun. Whew. Good stuff. Yeah, Gator. Well, after the failed wakeboarding, the surfing definitely seemed like a little more my speed. Definitely good for a beginner, but I think we're ready for some lunch. We're gonna go right back to the marina, get something to eat. Ain't that right, Gator?
Does your business need more exposure? Northwest Adventure has ad space available. If you don't have a commercial, our team can even produce one for you. For more information about advertising opportunities, check out nwadventure.com. Reserve a spot before they're gone. And for any of you musicians tuning in, we're looking for talented local artists to donate their original music to be used in one of our episodes. By air, land, sea, and rock and roll, this is Northwest Adventure.
We're back on the playing hooky. We're just gonna putt around the lake a little bit, get a little tour. So, what's it like around here?
Well, it's very busy in July and August.
Yeah.
We're open April 1st to September 30th. We start rentals April 1st. We are usually fairly slow until Memorial Day. If we get great weather, Memorial Day is busy. And then once the kids get out of school, we're very busy until Labor Day, and then it slows down again in September.
So what are the most popular attractions?
Well, you know, it just depends. Everybody comes here for something different. You know, we have these real high-end houseboats like we're on, and then we have some more basic houseboats, depending on what your budget is and what you want to spend.
Right.
And then if you're going to go out for the day, you can take a ski boat, a patio boat, a little fishing boat. We can get you on the water all day long for as little as $55 on a little 14-foot fishing boat for 4 people. So.
How about this thing?
This thing here, it varies. You can anywhere from 3 days. In the early season, we run some fishing specials. 5 people, 3 nights for $1,500, so about $100 a person.
Right.
Up to as much as $1,200 a day.
Right.
So.
Getting in the peak season.
Exactly when the busy time is, when the sun's shining and everybody's playing.
Yeah, it's the fun time.
Exactly.
All right. I think I talked to you about this earlier, but when you rent a boat like this, do you get a captain with that?
No. When we rent one of these boats, we come out, we show you how they operate, we make sure you're comfortable before you leave the dock, and get you out there on the lake and get you playing. They're very easy to operate.
Really?
The biggest thing we tell people is make sure if it starts to get windy that you get tied up. That's the real key. You don't want to be trying to tie these up in a windstorm.
But that's really the only thing you have to worry about, per se.
Really, a little common sense goes a long ways with any kind of boating activity. If you don't have your boater's card, what's nice about us is we're a livery or rental operation, so that you're allowed by the Marine Board to fill out a rental safety checklist, and that will make you legal to operate any of our boats for the day.
Great. Sounds perfect.
All right, hey Dylan, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I'm going to walk up top. I got to check on a couple things, so why don't you take the controls and go ahead and get us back to port.
Perfect. See if this is like driving a really big boat. Okay, he really wasn't lying. There's nothing to this. I can really see having a great party on this. Well, we're reaching the end of our day's activities out here. We've had a lot of fun, but we're actually cutting it short. It looks like there's a pretty big storm rolling in. But some of the stuff we did miss was...
Well, Smith Rock, which is about 20 minutes from us, was world famous for rock climbing. And then here in the lake, the state park has a campground which has some beautiful campsites. Great place to bring the family and have a good time. We have balancing rocks that are just 45 minutes from the lake that are really phenomenal to see. And then there's some great hiking trails, and then the wildlife and the scenery that we have around here. There's just a lot to do.
Great. Well, I know you have a lot of things to do. You probably have to go and take care of some boats.
Yes, we better get some things tied up before another thunderstorm hits.
Well, it's been a pleasure working with you. Thanks a lot, Jim.
You bet. Thank you, too.
And you guys, enjoy the view.